Hello, welcome to another video by Dumb Data. In this video, we walk you through the free Google Analytics 4 implementation worksheet, how to make use of this beautiful worksheet to document your GA4 implementation process. This worksheet is very easy to use and also simplify your implementation process and ensure you don't have like a implementation that is not well documented. It also supports team collaboration. Without further ado, let's dive into this tool. So all you have to do is just visit this particular page for this tool. You can find the URL in the description if you're watching on YouTube. If you're watching on LinkedIn or any other social media platform, you can either see the video, the link to this tool in the comment or in the post itself. So all you have to do is just click on any of the button that takes you to the particular. They're going to lead you to the worksheet. So you click on it. Then you make a copy. You click on File to make a copy for yourself and your team. You click on Make a Copy. You give it whatever name you intend giving to the worksheet. You add it to the folder of yours. You click on Make a Copy. Then boom, you now have a copy of a GA4 implementation dual worksheet for yourself and your team. Now, let me just walk you through each of these tabs. So the first part is where you document all your stuff, like the business name, the business website, the agency name if you're an agency, the GA4 measurement stream ID, the property ID, the start and the end date for the implementation. These automatically get calculated based on what you have here, based on what you have as the end date here. Then also the a video of how to make use of this worksheet, which is going to be here. So then you click on progress status. If it's still pending, you put on pending. Then if it's still initiated, you click on initiated. And if it's done, you click on completed if you are done with the whole implementation of this GA4. So this is where you add the names of people that are working in this project, their roles and their emails. So the GA4 config tab is where you kind of check out most stuff that need to be set up while implementing your GA4. Like the property name, mark if it's done, the reporting time zone currency, enable Google signals, if you intend enabling any of that, the BigQuery linking, the data import, and many other stuffs like the enhanced measurement for the particular web stream. Then configuration settings are applied, probably the name and stuff, and any other information that needs to be shared. For example, in the part of the configure domains to prevent traffic, you add the domains that you want to put in your configuration after marking it as done. Then the data streams that you tend having, this is where you look at the data streams, their IDs, their type, and the status, is it receiving it or no, it's received. And also the sub property, this is for people for 360 GA4 360 customers. This is where you put in your sub property, what makes up this sub property, like the filter composition. Then is it, if it's implemented, you click on yes. If it's not, you leave it. Then in the GA4 event plan, I'll first, before walking you through this particular worksheet, I will show you the data taxonomy part. So this data taxonomy part is a very it contains all the events in GA4. So you can click on this link here. It takes you to all the GA4 events. Then you can also click on this part. It takes you to all enhanced measurements, right? So this is all the GA4 events. You can see them here. Ultimate info. These are all the recommended events that GA4 has. So for any, it gives you so that you don't kind of track a custom event that already exists as a recommended event in GA4. So why will you make it a recommended event in GA4 event is that in terms of GA4 trying to optimize, if you're advertising with Google Ads and trying to optimize your advertisements, if you're using a recommended event other than a custom event, for example, rather than using form submission as a custom event, you're using generate lead. GA4 understands okay, Google Ads will use that data and say, okay, let me optimize your ad for lead generation. But when you make it a form submission, it's a custom event that GA4 does not have in its system, so it's going to be kind of difficult for the AI to optimize for that, but it's going to be more easier if you make it a recommended event. So and this is the enhanced measurement, all the list of enhanced measurements in GA4. So that's just the part for the data taxonomy. You can see those events here. They are documented here for you with their description and with their type. They are all recommended. You can see. Then with a link to that specific stuff. So if I click on it, I can just come here. For add payment, I can come here, click on it, then it takes me straight directly to add payments. You can see things directly to add payments, where I can see the parameters that GA4 requires for add payment info. Let's say, for example, I want to go to generate lead here. I just come here and click on it, click on the link, it takes you straight to generate lead. So you don't have to start scrolling down this part again. So you can see it takes you straight to generate lead. You can see it. Generate lead. It tells you what it needs. Then also you can you see what is required for generate lead to be successful. To what GA requires for generate to log this. What GA requires for you to log this event. So then the parameters. These are all parameters that are all. These are majorly web parameters, and they are all either built-in or recommended. So these are some of them here, and custom. So you can even add more parameters here. The type, the platform it belongs to, web, Android or iOS. Then the type, is it built-in or recommended or custom? So there's a built-in parameter, there's a recommended parameter which is gotten from recommended events and stuff. There's a custom which is also gotten from, which is like a custom one that GA does not have by default in their system. Then also the description, what makes up that particular parameter. Now you come back to this GA4 event plan, you select the name of the user. These names are gotten from this doc. So if I add a new person, say I add Elon Musk to the team, you're going to see it drop down here as Elon Musk. You can see that. Then the events that you're implementing, the priority, is it high, is it medium, is it low? Then let's say, for example, generate lead. You put in the event description, the event trigger. But by the time you be making use of this worksheet, you won't have to manually type in anything here. It's going to be pulling by default from this page. It's going to be pulling from here, so you might not manually have to type in any stuff here when you be using this worksheet. Then the description, what describing the event, you can also copy from here. Then you paste that here for yourself. The event trigger, when should this event trigger? The event type, is it an automatically connected event, or is it an enhanced measurement, or a recommended event, or a custom event? The event parameter, let's say for example for generate lead, are we pushing value, currency, and for example lead type, which tells me what type of form the user submitted, or let's say form type. Let's say for example I have a contact form, I have a insurance form, I have data form on my site. Then the data type for these parameters, so for value should be a number, for currency should be a string, form type should also be a string. So when I'm implementing in GTM, I know that I'm supposed to make this a number, a string, and a string. Then the user property is if you intend pushing any user property on the occurrence of this event, you also say that here, and it's data type also, so that the analytics your team member who will be implementing this stuff knows the data type of that user property. Then also implementation method, how do you tend to implement this event? Is it through an audience trigger, or through Google Tag Manager, G tag, or through created event in GA4? So you have to select that also. Then should you mark this event as a conversion, you click on mark. Then if you click on mark on conversion, the analytics specialist knows that, oh, when I'm implementing this in GA4, it should also be marked as a conversion also. Then the implementation status. Now, one beautiful thing about this worksheet is, please not touch anything in this end column. As stated, do not touch, don't touch. So once I select, currently now it's pending, but once I select completed, it automatically generates a date on which you mark this particular event as completed, so that you can easily know from this worksheet, and you can easily know that, oh, we created this event, we implemented this event on the 29th of April 2022. So you might, it ensures that you have like a date automatically attached to every implementation you did, which you can also use to kind of make reference to in GA4 or in any way, any place that you've implemented, any method you've used in implementing this event, this GA4 event. And also, that is for the GA4 event plan and data taxonomy. For the custom dimension, this is where you put out the names, how it should be displayed in GA4, then the description, then the parameter. So say for example, I want to show page type, I want to show as page type, which tells me the type of page it was sent to from. The event was sent from. So let's say right now, it's event, then it should if the event comes as a parameter, the parameter page type, then is it created or not? If you select registered, then the date you registered the stuff also. Then let's say for example I want to push in plan, user plan. I want to push in the user plans, which tells me the plan the user is subscribed to. Then I'll select user. Let's say for example I push it as user plan, then it's registered also. This is just for monitoring progress within your team member. And there's a custom metric part which you use in measuring your also just like custom dimension also the how it should be shown in GA4. There's always a description how it should show in GA4, the description, the scope, the name in GA4, the parameter name, the way it is, the parameter, the way the parameter comes in to GA4, then the unit of measurement for custom metric. These are the different types, and the status and the date registered. Then for audiences, what audience you intend to create, the audience name, the description, like this is what the audience should be made of, the audience should be created for. So the status also is created. Then when you select not the created date, you have to put in the date also, then any notes for your team. So one thing about this part is, for example, you have different people in your team. Let's say you have the project manager, or you have people who document, list out the events you intend to implement in Google Analytics 4. Then once you do that, the team member who is responsible for implementing can easily now implement in GTM or in GA4 based on what you have in this worksheet. So you can easily have like a division of labor and also make your implementation fast and well documented. Now imagine you have your GA4 documentation, your GA4 implementation documented in this beautiful worksheet. You can always share it with your team member, pass across to new team members that, oh, this is the document that we use for implementing a GA4 for a client or even for a company, so that when they come into your store, when they come in, they can easily know, oh, this particular event is does this stuff. This is the parameters in this event. These parameters are registered, and this is the description of these custom dimensions. So they won't kind of have to start asking questions that does not really need, because you have a scattered implementation, documentation of the document for your GA4 implementation. So this video is brought to you by Dumb Data. We are a free analytics resource hub where we share free analytics resources from the areas of event listener, statutory templates, implementation worksheet, and we are also working on free analytics, two free analytics tools also. And also, we have free event listers in the areas of for different marketing tools or different tools on your website. You can see we have over 35 plus event listers, and we are also working on more event listeners that will get added to this page. We also have implementation worksheet that you can make use of. These are free implementation worksheets that you can make use of for your business also. We have Facebook Business Implementation Worksheet. We have Facebook Implementation Worksheet. We also have GA4 Implementation Worksheet, Microsoft Clarity Implementation Worksheet. Then also there's a dashboard also, GA4 Dashboard, Universal Analytics Dashboard that you can make use of to stay proactive with different business KPIs. That is it for today. And until then, happy measuring.